Hello everybody, we welcome you back to the Formula Kart season, and as of recording, the season is coming to a close, but not to worry as we are back with some racing action today. A bit of a refresh for you, last time out we saw the first ATR period come to a close, with a stunning 1-2 finish for Bowes Royal. What's ahead? Well, let me tell you, starting here in Toad Harbour. It's a new ATR period, meaning all the teams have been shaken up regarding their weight classes, and we'll see if that changes up the results here. We're just shy of our full 12 drivers today, with Kyle unable to attend and BBIA lacking a reserve driver in their lineup. That's all that's shifted with the lineups though, so let's take a look at what happened in qualifying. With just 11 runners, we saw 2 drivers out in Q1. Sitting alone on the back row in P11 is the sole BBIA of Xander, and ahead it's Elemental resuming his Q1 trend and yet to find his way into Q2. In Q2 we saw a double knockout for the Mushroom Piston pair, as they shift gears from the preferred medium combo to the heavy, with Poppy taking P9, Harry P8, and Brandon sits ahead in his all too familiar P7 slot after his podium last time out. Into Q3 then, lining up on the third row, it's John in P6 for Roy Smooth Sounds, with Tame quickly finding his rhythm with his new medium setup in P5. Taking the second row, it's the other Princess Orange of Connor in P4 being bested by one-ups Corey who takes P3. Finally then, it's the front row where Owen's shown some strong pace for the Roy Smooth Sounds as he lines up in the P2 grid slot, whilst George looks ahead in P1. Picking up the season as he left it at Daisy Circuit. With qualifying out of the way, so let's head to the track before this race gets underway. The grid is set, the break is over, so let's get back to racing here in Toad Harbour. It's 3 red lights, and away we go. It's a short run into turn 1 here as they all get off the line into turn 1. It's going to be close, it's going to be messy, and on the exit over the bridge, Tame's up into second.
Taking a look at this race start from Corey then, we can see that he immediately bogs down and loses places to the oranges right away. Then goes rather wide into turn 1, dropping to the back of the field as he taps the wall there on exit.
Back with the action now, we're following Poppy, Xander and Elemental here. Poppy goes for me with a draft, and oh, she's hit the tram! It's chaos in the midfield as she falls to 11th and last. Up front, down the hill with John, he's found himself in third, fighting the Princess Orange pair. And Brandon here, it's highly contested onto lap 2, whilst the one-ups are side by side into turn 1 and over the bridge. John's lost to Connor and he loses Brandon into the market. He'll be looking to recover up the hill. We're with Brandon now, looking to continue his climb, maybe onto the podium. It's Connor and Tame backing ahead of him as John goes pretty wide behind.
Lock up from John sends him a little off kilter into turn 8, struggling to hold it round the corner, potentially caused by some dirty air.
On to lap 3, Corey's dispatched of his teammate and now into turn 1. Corey's round the outside of Brandon onto the bridge. They're side by side. Corey with the draft sneaks down the inside into the market, but it's not over. Brandon with the draft now retakes it, and further back it looks like Xander's struggling, but that's Owen he passes. Slow on the bridge there.
Confirming now that Owen has in fact retired from the race. We're still waiting on details as to what happened exactly.
We're at the top of the hill with Tame and Connor duking it out for the runner-up spot. They'll want to be careful not to allow those behind to find a way through down the hill though, as out in front, he's done it again. George crosses the line first for Bowes Royal. It's been an easy one for him. Down the hill with Connor though, and round the final corner, Corey on Connor. They fail to make the move, but Connor gets Tame at the line for second, and on the run to it, Brandon's got Corey for 4th. In 6th, unable to keep up with the podium race, it's John for Roy Smooth Sounds as Poppy rounds the final corner for 7th, ahead of Elemental, who will take the flag in 8th. Harry takes 9th and Xander 10th. It's a mixed start for the ATR, but George remains far out in front. It's win number 6 for George here at Toad Harbour, as he ran into the distance from the lights and cruised on to the checkered flag. Meanwhile, behind, it's a first for Princess Orange this season as they get a double podium, with Connor taking P2 and Tame takes his first podium with his highest finish of P3. Closely following P4, it's Brandon, and then Corey in P5. In P6, it was John, but instead it's Poppy, with Elemental P7 and Harry rounding out the points in P8. Rounding off the finishers, it's Xander in P9, missing out on points for the boys in blue. Unable to finish as he takes a swim in a drink, Owen finds himself at the back. However, he sits ahead of his teammate John in the classification, as John was faced with a disqualification as he was found to be using the wrong weight class, which sees him lose his P6 finish. Taking a look at the drivers' standings, George continues to grow his lead to the drivers behind with another maximum points haul, whilst current runner-up Connor is able to build a gap between himself and Poppy, who scored small while she sits in third. In the midfield, Brandon keeps his fourth, leading the main pack, with John and Owen slipping to 6th and 7th respectively, and Corey jumps the pair into 5th. Below, it's minimal change as Harry and Xander stay put, whilst Tame makes a big swing in his championship standing, taking himself from 12th to 10th with his podium. At the back, there's no movement as neither of the pair partook in this race. Heading over to the constructors, Baz Royal stays true to their ways and grows their lead out in front, whilst the runner-up spot sees another swap as Princess Orange draw level with the pink outfit and take second on placement. Falling down into 4th as fallout to Princess Orange's success is Mushroom Piston, who sit 5 points shy of 2nd and 3rd. Finally, it's 1UP sitting pretty in 5th, trying to make a dent in the gap to the 3 teams ahead of them, and BBIA continues to not score in 6th. The trams are emptying as the racing wraps up here in Toad Harbour, as the grid makes a move to the Spanish capital of Madrid, with its busy plaza, long sweeping corners, and a football stadium to wrap it up. It's sure to be a good one. So make sure to join us next time, but for now, we say goodbye, and thank you for watching.